You know, culture demanded that when I went to Tennessee that I needed to make content in the coolest coffee shop in the whole city. So, alas, here we are. Welcome to my TED Talk. The YouTube dad is back. Sipping on a drink at Barista Parlor. You know, popping on my collar. That's not good. Don't. Let me clarify. Don't do it by yourself. People do it by themselves. I think you shouldn't do it by yourself. You can't do photo and video at the same time if you want to give 100% to each. I think that's just the reality. There's tons of variables surrounding that, like if it's a small wedding or a big wedding, a city wedding versus a country wedding, an elopement versus a traditional. There's all sorts of variables with that. But it's my general recommendation that you don't go at it alone. Let me give you some tips on how I've done it in the past, how I'm continuing to do it. Hey, Studio Eric here, gonna provide some more clarification for the things I was saying in Nashville. Now, I know people who shoot photo and video on the same day by themselves, but most of those people are shooting really intimate and small weddings where there isn't much at stake for moments. I'm not saying you can't do it, it's your business, you could do whatever you want, but if you want to serve your clients well and give them a product that you're proud of, you're probably gonna wanna get more people on board and not shoot by yourself. Now, think of how many people are involved in a Hollywood film crew. There's a reason that more hands create a production that has more value and looks and feels better. So the chance of you making your production look better to be able to book more work in the future will require more people and more hands at the wedding. Hope that's not super offensive to anybody who shoots by themselves. I'm sorry if that's the case. Okay, I still love you. Welcome to my channel. My name is Eric Floberg. I'm a photographer and filmmaker based out of Chicago, Illinois. I'm in Nashville this weekend because I was speaking at a conference called Imaging USA by PPA, Professional Photographers of America. It's over now, and I want to make a YouTube video for you because I wanted to. You probably clicked on this video because you are interested in doing both photo and video in the wedding industry. Lots of people ask this question. Tons of people DM me on Instagram and ask, how do you do both on the same day? Well, let me tell you. The way I used to structure photo and video when I first started was I only shot photo by myself. And I had my wife and another second shooter, some of my close friends, shoot with her, and then I would cut together the film and edit all the photos. So I would do everything on the back end. This is our model for a while, and what was incredible is that it increased my income twofold every time I shot a wedding if we booked it that way, which is incredible because all that extra cash I was able to invest back into my business and market in different ways and use to feed my children. The structure of that looks a bit different now since my wife quit. I brought on an associate filmmaker this year. His name's Jesse. You've probably seen him in some of my videos before or heard me mention him. He's an incredibly talented filmmaker, knows more about filmmaking than I do, quite honestly. And now I have options with him with doing photo and video on the same day. And of course, I can't forget to mention Steven, my associate photographer, as well. So now we have a team of 3 that we're able to work with to do photo and video on the same day going into 2020. So let me show you 2 examples this year of the 2 options that we offer with an associate. Mike and Joanna's wedding was in Seattle, Washington, and Seattle area up in the mountains, and Jesse and my wife Sabria went out and filmed everything over the course of the 3 days that we were there while I photographed it all. And so I gave creative direction on what I wanted, where I wanted camera positions, and the style that I wanted, and gave to Jesse. He shot on my 1DX Mark II as opposed to his Pocket 4K setup, and then I edited the whole film. Was really pumped with how that turned out. I felt like it was still my creative voice even though Jesse and Sabria were filming the whole thing. Another circumstance that we had this year was Jesse booked an entire wedding by himself, shooting and editing, and I photographed the whole thing. So he was working alongside me all day. He shot the whole thing, he edited it all, and it looked like this. What's incredible is we have options now. We have options to give to the clients if they come to us with photo and video needs, and we can kind of diversify it based on their budget, which is a really powerful tool to have. Scenario number 3 is if they already booked you for video and they don't have a photographer yet. In our circumstance, we could have Steven, my associate photographer, shoot photo for the wedding while I'm the lead for video. This doesn't happen very often because it's not often the case that people book video first and then photography. While it's not impossible, it just doesn't happen very often. The really powerful combination you can have is you being the lead photographer and having an associate filmmaker to do both. A lot of times when it comes to hiring Steven, it's when I'm already booked for a date and I could have Steven shoot it instead. If you think this is really helpful and it's answering all of the questions you've ever had about this topic, please give it a like, because I need likes for the algorithm, because the algorithm, I don't know. If you like that joke, hit the comment. So you might be thinking, I only do photography or I only do videography. How am I going to be able to do both of these things? How can I find anybody? That's where community comes in. You start getting to know the people around you in your city, in your location, that do the thing that you don't. So if you're a photographer, go look for filmmakers in your area. Go seek them out, get coffee with them, hang out, offer them something that's going to benefit them. Hey, can I help assist you at a wedding? I would love to see behind the scenes what you're doing. Learn from them, talk to them. You can hire them as your second shooter or your lead shooter for one of your own photo clients and get the ball rolling that way, all the while learning from them. So use the resources you have near you in the community you have around you. That was a good nugget. It's great success. I'm convinced that community is one of the most important things in this industry, and if you don't have it, highly recommend you make it now. For me, I started Creative Club Chicago, this studio right here, with 3 other guys, and we all worked together in the same space. And we started co-working with a bunch of other people, and now we're connected all around the city of Chicago. Can you come in for this shot? Wait. These are some of the homies here. Okay. Whenever there's a circumstance where one of us needs to hire on an associate or somebody who could shoot under our brand, we have a wide net of people that we can choose from, and we can work together in this regard. So find yourself some community, maybe even consider building your own co-working space. Once you have enough skills to shoot the thing that you don't now, or you have somebody that's doing it for you, something you can do that's really powerful is, say you're a photographer and you already booked a client for photography for their wedding. You can reach out to them and say, hey, have you hired a videographer yet? I actually have a videographer under my brand and we would love to offer video for you. And then you can cut a reel together, you could cut a video together to show them what that looks like, and you can offer an entry-level price. Or you could even offer it for free to get more portfolio work so that you can do it later. So the really powerful thing about this is you can double your income in one day off of doing photo and video. If you're only doing photo right now, this will give you the ability to make extra margins and profit on that day that you can use to invest back in your business and put in your pocket. And I think the most important thing here is that this gives you an opportunity to serve your clients above and beyond. And you know that's what I'm all about, and my brand is all about making sure you serve your clients and treat them well. This really calms their fears when they're freaked out about a photographer and videographer getting along. You can tell them that you've worked together, you know that you're going to work in sync with one another, and it sets them at ease. Plus, the consistency across photo and video with the way it looks is going to make them feel really good, and it's going to be ubiquitous across the, it's going to be ubiquitous across the media, photos and videos. All right. That's all I have for you guys today. I hope that was helpful for you. I hope this inspires you to start doing either photo or video. If this was helpful for you, I hope that you liked it, and I want to see some comments down below. I'm going to respond to the first 50 comments that you guys write. So please, let me hear your thoughts. Let me see if you have any. Let me hear your questions. Let me respond to your thoughts and questions. Let me feel your thoughts. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and turn on that notification bell if you want to know when I post a new video. And that's all I have for this one. Don't forget to lean into what makes you different. My name is Eric Floberg. This is Barista Parlor, and I'm not cool enough to be here. If you're a wedding photographer and want to learn more from me, I'm having a 2-day workshop on March 17th and 18th in Chicago at my studio. We're going to talk about shooting photojournalistically, all the technical ways I shoot a wedding, how I dive into my creative portraiture and get creative, an intro to video, so learning the basics and getting your feet wet and getting the ball rolling, and then finally my philosophy where we all cry like little babies. Would love to see you there. Early bird tickets are $600 and they're going to be done being sold at the end of January. So if you want to get in, get $100 off, please sign up before January and I will see you there, pal. Welcome to my ASMR video. What if I do? No, I was about to go, oh.